A very warm welcome to the channel. My name is James. This is the James Neil Cooper channel. I do live in Cambodia. I have lived in Asia for near enough around about 30 years now. It's a very long time. And quite often people ask me, I want to retire in Cambodia, in Thailand, in the Philippines, what's it like? So here is a full video, and there's lots of links in the description below related to bits and pieces. Now, for sure, you don't want to see my ugly muck for the whole video, so I'm going to put some old videos in of Cambodia here from maybe like 2 or 3 years ago during the COVID days. So let's get on with it. You're thinking that you're retired and, well, you don't have any commitments in your home country, like America, like in England or Germany, and you want to go and live in Southeast Asia. Maybe you've been there on holiday before and you think it's a marvelous place, it's a lot cheaper, and you don't have a large pension. So if you have something over like 2,000 American dollars per month, you can quite easily live in Thailand or Cambodia. Now, let me give you options for both of them and how to do it step by step. The first thing I think you really got to be is patient and think about it, seriously think about it. It's a big commitment. The second thing I would say is do not, I repeat, do not sell your property until you are really happy in Cambodia or in Thailand or wherever it wants to be. Then you can make a step to sell, but don't sell it yet. You always need a backup plan. This is not your country. The government of that country is not going to help you. You have to be by yourself. In other words, do not sell your property in the UK or in England or in America. Once you made your mind up, then what I would suggest before you do that big commitment, go there on holiday. Spend 1 month in Thailand, for example, spend 1 month in Cambodia. You can go to a hotel first of all, but I would strongly suggest trying to find an apartment that you can live in, a short-term apartment for 1 month in both countries. Then you can truly experience that, but as a holiday, before you make that big commitment. There, you can go to bars, you can go to restaurants, and you can see what it's like for a expat. You can go to some hospitals, you can go to a travel agent to find out what you need. Now, I'm going to put some links again in the description below to highly recommend to go and watch this channel on YouTube to find out in more detail. One is in Thailand and one is here in Siem Reap. Again, the key thing is to be patient. Check everything out. You're going to retire. Can you afford $2,000 per month? And that should be more than enough in Thailand. You're going to be living alone. You're going to be living in an apartment instead of your home. It may be a lot smaller. Remember, it's not always sunshine and beaches. It does rain. It does get cold occasionally. It's a culture shock. And even if you've been here on holiday, for example, for a couple of weeks, it can, if you're going to actually live there. It's just a different kettle of fish entirely. So be patient, accept. Remember, this is not your country. You don't really have any right to say, well, it's not like this in America. Then go back to America then, and you can live happily there. But again, the essence is you can have a really nice life here. And if you have a small pension, you can live not necessarily like a king, but you can live more comfortably. Now, let's get into the big question about visas. Cambodia, it's nice and easy. You can get a visa on arrival at the airport, or you can get one online, but you have to make sure it's called an ordinary visa. I repeat, an ordinary visa, which means it can be extended. This is when you want to stay for a long time, indefinite period of time. And once you got that at the airport or online, you can actually go to near enough any travel agent in any city in this country, and they can extend it if you are over 55 years old. I repeat, if you're over 55 years old, it's not a problem. And then you're allowed to stay in this country as long as you don't work, and that's it. Basically, it will cost you anywhere between 300 to 375. You can do it by yourself, but a travel agent is a lot, it is more expensive, granted, but they do everything for you. And like in 10 days or something like that, your passport comes back home, bam, you got a stamp on your visa, but stamp on your passport, you can stay another year. In Thailand, it's a bit more complicated. You can come on a tourist visa, and at the moment you can have 45 days. But just say for normal sake, for most countries, it's about a 30-day visa free where you can come. Then you need to go to a visa specialist. Now, if you're in Pattaya, there's loads to choose from. Click the link below, and there is one gentleman called Ride for Kicks. He does YouTube videos the same as me, and he can tell you more. You do pay the travel agent a lot of money, granted. So this is quite an expensive layout when you first arrive. So make sure you have, you could say, an extra $5,000 in your bank account for that. Then they will do everything for you, and they will open up a bank account, and then etc. etc. In Thailand, it's going to be this. You have to be over 50 years old. Same principle as Cambodia. You're not allowed to work. You then, where did I get to? 50 years old. Then you've either got to show that you have 2,000 American dollars coming in each month, or 60,000 baht, or a deposit of 800,000 baht in a Thai bank account. Once you've done that, done. And then every year you sort of like renew your visa, but you have to go to the police station every 3 months or something like that, just to check in. And especially if you move address, you check in. In this country, it's a lot easier. In Cambodia, there's an application for this. So if you do change address, you can go to your travel agent on the application, and she can do everything for you, because it's a lot easier to do so. Okay, break time. While I'm making this video, I am getting lots of interruptions, which is actually quite annoying, but I'm trying to get through it. I'm getting messages on social media, on WeChat, so apologies for that. So the big thing is to be patient. Go here first of all, just as a tourist. Stay here for, let's say, in Thailand for 2 months. Again, you can extend your visa while you're in Thailand for tourists to up to about 60 or 70 days. It changes daily, so let's just say 60 days. Here you can do exactly the same. Come on a tourist visa, check it out, and then go back home, have a think about it, compare, talk to your family. If you have no commitment and you can't afford your big luxury house in, I don't know, New Jersey, for example, then this is an alternative. Yeah, there's lots of other places that you could go to, for example, France, or somewhere in Central America, or other places in Southeast Asia, or maybe Australia. But if you want a good lifestyle with good food, lots of expats there, people who have retired, in Cambodia and Thailand. It doesn't have to be Pattaya, it can be Chiang Mai, it can be Phuket, it can be some other some islands which you may find the perfect paradise for you. But you just have to go, think about it, and then you make your final commitment, pack up your bag, and off you go. But don't sell your property in America, for example, in case something goes wrong, so you always have something to go back to, and you have that money. If you're fully committed and you're really happy in Thailand or wherever you are, and this house is just a burden to you in America, then see if you can try and sell it and possibly purchase in the country. But I would sort of recommend, even though I don't, but I would recommend to always rent, because you just always have that option. I hope it was useful. My name is James, and this is the James N. Cooper Show. Bye-bye for now.